Hey all, and welcome back to Fuzzy Dutzy Gaming, and a bonus video before league start that I wasn't planning to bring out, but I thought tattoos were something important to talk about before we dive into the league, because the build has quite a lot of potential, especially for dexterity tattoos. So this video is just going to go through what sort of tattoos can you put on the build, what sort of stats can you afford to drop, and potentially what these new tattoos might be able to offer us to save us some slots on gear, or potentially nodes on the tree. So if we look at the tree firstly for the build, so we can see that even with gear of attributes on, and I have got quite a bit of attributes on gear, we've got 229 strength, 122 intelligence, and 379 dexterity. And that is with a brutal restraint, which you get a lot of dexterity from. So you can see we get 144 dexterity from this. Without this node, we only have 305. It still leaves us some points to play with, probably 60 to 80 dexterity. But with the brutal restraint in, we basically can get rid of as much dexterity as we want from the tree. So in terms of what tattoos you can really only use dex tattoos because every single travel node that we take in the build is dexterity. That's fine because hopefully they've got some really good synergy with the build. Firstly, we'll talk about these major tattoos that you can get. We don't know exactly what all of them are, but don't bother with the +1 to skill gems. Rain of Arrows does very little with gem levels. We don't have anything really that benefits from +1 to gem levels. Have a look and see what there is. There may be some major tattoos that are really good. So if you get, I don't know, for 30 strength, you get 5% reduced physical damage taken. That's something that for 1 point is definitely worth taking. But of the ones we know so far, there's not really any that would be helpful for the build. So really, we just want to look at dexterity tattoos. And with your brutal restraint in, you have 379 dexterity, give or take. You might have a bit more, a bit less, but you've got plenty. We only really need around 230 dexterity. So we could essentially replace nearly all of our travel nodes with tattoos. So regarding dex tattoos, I think the only one that's known is 2% movement speed. That on its own, you can give up 100 dex on your tree for 20% movement speed. That is a trade-off if you're a mapper that everyone should be making. With the way I've set up the gear, we're slightly over on accuracy. So we don't really care about the small dex travel nodes, and they give a very small boost to your evasion. If we give up 10 slots, we lose 1% chance to evade. There are potential dex tattoos that I think are going to be coming out that would make a massive difference to the build. All I've done is looked at what do they tend to give dexterity classes. Spell suppression is on the dexterity side of the tree, and avoid elemental ailments is mostly on the dexterity side of the tree. And then you've got things like evasion and accuracy. Maybe you get attack speed. Normally, dexterity is anything to do with movement and evasion. So if you do get 2% spell suppression tattoos, it's well worth giving up dex nodes for those because it makes gearing much easier. Maybe that's too overpowered, so they're going to make it 1%. I'd probably then only use it if you were 6% short, you didn't want to get it on gear, you can take 6 tattoos on the tree. I do think we are going to get a chance to avoid elemental ailments tattoos, and I think something like 2% seems about right. Again, if these are a thing, you would definitely put these into the build, because taking enough of them, and we can get to ailment immune cap without using to use ancestral vision. You would get your boots around 50%, you get 20% on your tree from the life nodes, and then you could potentially give up 15 nodes to get ailment immune. The other things that normally come along with dexterity classes are evasion and accuracy, but dex already gives you evasion and accuracy. What they might do is bring ones out that give you all evasion or all accuracy. So at the moment, dexterity gives you a small amount to evasion and a small amount to accuracy. What they might do is say you can have it all accuracy or all evasion with one of these tattoos. Now this is all just second guessing what they might do. The video is more to tell you that whatever you see that is a dexterity tattoo, you can use it. It should not affect the build in the slightest if you use between 10 to 15 of these if you have a brutal restraint. That's kind of it for the video. Just a really quick one, as I know it's something that's probably going to come up 1 to 2 days into league start, so I thought I'd preempt it with a video just saying, yep, you can go to town on dexterity tattoos. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and see you in the next one.